Nice to see you, Val. Thank you very much for being here. How you doing, buddy?
Good.
You and I thought for a second there we were dressed alike, but I see now
It's possible.
we're not really dressed exactly alike. How you doing?
Good.
You want to talk about the movie first? You want to talk about Batman? What do you want to talk about? You were Batman, weren't you?
I was.
You were the second Batman in the third movie. Is that how that worked?
Yeah.
There were two.
That's
There
what
were
happened.
three Batman movies, and you were the second of the two Batmen in the third film. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. The hardest part about saying no to it was having to explain it to my daughter.
Really? She's a big Batman fan? Does she like Dad as Batman?
Well, she's a big fan of mine, and she liked that. It's a guaranteed laugh. Hi, my daddy's Batman.
Yeah. Well, she can still say that.
No.
Yeah.
Not anymore. Otherwise, she'd be lying.
Yeah.
So I took a job called The Saint, but that didn't go anywhere with her.
Right. Now, The Saint, tell folks what that is.
That's a movie
Right.
that I did. It's a character named Simon Templar who becomes a saint. He's a thief. But I took another job where I'm the voice of Moses.
Wow. For
DreamWorks. That's
an animated feature?
That's it.
Yeah.
And so I'm the voice of Moses, so that made her feel better.
Well, that's good.
She gets
So
a
now she
bigger
can say,
laugh.
My dad is Moses.
Hi, my dad is Moses.
Yeah. So you've played now two great biblical characters, Moses and Batman.
Yeah.
And you recently worked with Marlon Brando.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember anything from that experience?
He's kind of a biblical character.
Yeah, kind of a little bit, isn't he? But he's for actors. This guy is like an idol, a legend.
He is, yeah, and everyone else. I had a rap party, and he's just a regular guy. He happens to speak.
I think people think he might be strange, that he might be unusual.
Well, I wouldn't call him normal.
Mm-hmm.
He's not. But he's a genius.
Was he a nice
Have you ever
guy?
met any normal geniuses?
I'm not certain that I've met a genius.
Really?
I don't know that how would I know? A dumb guy like me? What the hell? Was he friendly? Was he pleasant? Was he hospitable?
Very much so.
Yeah.
He's just a down-home guy. First day I met him, he spoke 6 languages in an hour.
Really? What languages do you...
Tahitian. The French were blowing up the ocean right around his
sure
home.
He was upset about that, yeah.
He made a few calls.
Yeah.
French, German, Yiddish. The smallest man in the world was in this film.
Really?
Yeah.
In the island of Dr. Moreau?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
This guy is like 26 inches or something?
Keep going.
Yeah.
He's about this tall.
Wow.
Actually, someone told me that there's a life-size photograph of him in the Premiere magazine somewhere. Actual size.
Well,
yeah. It was a fold-out.
Yeah.
So, serious.
Maybe pause here for a second, let folks see if they have that copy of the magazine at home. Have there on your coffee table, take a look at it now.
When we first day of work, I go in, he was on the phone in Tahiti, and I said, and have you met anyone? He said, no. And I said, we got to meet the smallest man in the world. Oh, God, where's he from? He's from San Juan. Really? And off they went in Spanish for about an hour and a half.
Yeah. So it was an interesting and exciting experience for you. That's why you took the part, just so you could work with Brando in a film, I would guess, right?
Yeah. And then they cut the scene we had together.
Really? So it's not even in the movie?
No.
Oh, that's too bad.
Maybe it'll be in the director's cut.
There are, in these magazines like Entertainment Weekly and other magazines, they talk about how difficult a person you are to work with. And I'm guessing, being in show business, that probably not much of those things are true. Not many of those are true.
None that I heard of.
Yeah. Does that irritate you when people say things about you? Well, of course it must.
Well, yeah, I started working in August of '94, and so I really didn't have a chance to defend myself.
Right. Yeah.
So the hardest part was calling friends and people that I worked with.
It's embarrassing, isn't it? It's hard on you, it's hard on your family when they think, well, this can't be true. Is it true? But when they see it in print, they think it might be true.
Well, down in Africa with Michael Douglas, he's sort of been through the ringer, and he was helpful. He said, it's hard to take it that way, but it's really a compliment.
Well, I think so, because people want to write about you, and so they have to make stuff up. But we have here a list of these things now.
Oh, no.
So, Val, if we could... We're going to try, in 60 minutes, we're going to try and get you to say, it ain't over till it's over. And so just say true or not true when I brush on some of these.
No, that's not true.
Okay. You wanted the director of that movie, Island of Dr. Moreau, to be fired.
No.
No, not true. Shoved Batman director. Shoved the Batman director.
No.
No, didn't do that. Not true. On the set of Tombstone, you grabbed a locust, an extra hat, and ate it.
Well, that is true.
All right. You shoved Bob Dole off stage at a campaign stop last week. You were responsible for the breakup of Hall & Oates.
I was young. I reformed.
They broke up Hall & Oates, Paul. Did you know that? Oh, man. It says here you dated Cher. Now, that didn't happen, did it? That didn't. Did it really? All right. Let's talk about coming back to New York City. You were originally from where? From California?
Yeah, California.
Born and raised here in the Los Angeles area? Mm-hmm. Yeah. What was that like as a kid? Was it great to be?
Yeah, actually. Then I moved here when I was 17.
So you spent some time here. It must be fun coming back to New York City.
Yeah, not dissimilar to Africa, actually. You know, take your life in your hands.
Oh, I see.
And you leave your dwelling.
Yeah, but you know, New York City is much safer now than it ever has been.
So is Africa.
Yeah. Well, but yeah, sure. But there was no hope for New York City. You know, there was always hope for Africa. So you've been going to Africa for a long time then?
Yeah, I just love the wilderness.
Mm-hmm.
And
Where do you go in Africa?
Down southern region.
Is that sub-Saharan?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just like saying sub-Saharan. Yeah. I'm not even sure what it means. I like saying sub-Saharan. I also like saying Pacific Rim. I don't know what that means either. And you are these like expeditions, little safaris, that kind of thing?
Yeah, I'm writing a story, another true story, like the Ghost in the Darkness of an adventurer who lived down there and walked in the bush, walked over 30,000 miles.
Good heavens! Have you ever yourself been in danger on any of these trips?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Most of the time. I mean, when you're on foot, especially, been surrounded by lion and.
Now, what do you do when you are surrounded by wild animals?
In that instance, I thought very sort of cleanly and simply, I wonder if I'm going to get eaten today.
Yeah.
Just like New York.
Yeah.
You walk out. Could happen.
And do the people who live there, do they tell you what to do in that situation? First of all, you're not supposed to find yourself in that situation, I wouldn't think.
They're not that foolish.
Yeah.
They don't get the idea of going out and looking for lion or hippo. Hippo kill more people than anybody else.
They're more dangerous, and tell people why. And this makes perfect sense.
Well, they're so happy looking. They just look all fluffy and like goofy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The people
feed me some dried grass kind of feeling.
And so people are drawn to them. But these things are enormous. They're several tons.
Yeah, and they're mean.
Yeah, and they can run very fast, can't they?
25 miles an hour.
Wow.
They just leap right out of the...
Yeah. I had one pass me on the Merritt Parkway this morning. Jesus, unbelievable.
No.
Going about 30.
Yeah.
I blew the horn, nothing happened. You want to talk about the film, and then let's show the folks a clip of the movie.
Okay. It's Ghost in the Darkness.
And you say this is a true story?
It is an absolutely true story.
In the mid-1800s when it takes place?
No, turn of the century. And it's a true story of an Irish engineer, that's why I play John Patterson, who went out there to build a bridge for the British government and was stopped by these two lion that ate over 135 of his fellow workers.
The lions had gone wacky or something, or they sensed
I think they got
peril?
very serious.
Yeah.
You know,
but they normally wouldn't be just renegade, marauding, attacking.
Yeah, which is an amazing thing in the story because there's many scenes in it that seem outrageous or impossible, but those are the true parts.
Yeah. All right, do you know what we're going to see here?
No, but probably the lions are chasing me and probably I'm running away.
It'd be funny if we were just going to take a look at the credits. Wouldn't that be nice?
But I mean, a lot of the time I am running away from them because they're chasing me. They want to eat me.
It's you and Michael Douglas?
Yes.
And others you would like to mention?
Yeah, about 1,500 fantastic black people that were extras. A lot of them got eaten, and the Indians. John Carney, who's a wonderful black actor from South Africa, runs the National Theater down there. But almost all the scenes I was in, they're real lions chasing me.
Here we go. Let's take a look at whatever it happens to be. A few minutes from the film. It's a bad way to be, isn't it? I felt like that here many, many nights. Many, many nights. The film opens soon.
The 11th.
The 11th. Good luck. I hope it's a big success for you. Nice to see you. Thank you very much for coming in. Please come back.
Thank you.
Val.
Yeah.
Val